Hello everybody, my name is William Ye, this is Spaceway Films, and today we're going to be doing Spaceway Tutorials episode 4. In this tutorial about Final Cut Pro, you will learn on how to do the effects, color grading, color correction, and more. So let's open up a new event. Let's call it episode 4. And open a new project, again, episode 4. So let's just import our random media here. This media file is Matrix versus James Bond MB7, and you may watch it before on my channel, or you can just go into the following link and then go to my channel and watch the film. It's really funny and really cool and exciting. Anyway, I'm just gonna drag this thing onto episode 4.
Do you like Barbies? I love them!
Lol.
Me too!
So now let's get into color correction. After we just choose a frame, like right about here. Okay, so now we go to the effects panel. You'll see all videos and audio. In the video effects places, click color correction and drag it in. It doesn't seem like doing anything because it isn't. Go to the color board, and here you can find all the goodies you will need. So as you can see, the different colors I go, the whole screen will turn into a different color. So we have to be careful, not too much, or else it will look really bad. Like this. Shadows. The deeper I put it down, the darker the color place will be and the shadow will be. So I can't ruin this. I'll do about this part. Like this is midtones, and this is a highlight. About this. Now I go to saturation. You can change. This is a shadow. It may not seem like a difference, but if you go put it in the deepest or the highest, it will change a lot. So like this, the midtones about negative 27%, and the highlights about 29%. Now I'm gonna do exposures. On the shadow, I'll do negative 4%. On the midtone, I'll do about 12%, and on the highlight, I'll do about negative 2%.
Do you know how much effort I put into this?
Yeah, it doesn't look much, but let's go back. Let's go back to our first place and drag the whole video in. Click back into this. Now I will select the video. Here I will choose, there's transform, crop, and distort. I choose crop, and this is, as you can see, when it crops you can like change the different amount of screen this video will have, but not the shape. This is a difference. But somehow, just somehow, this upper layer looks better than the original one. This often happens, so my suggestion is delete this video, drag it in again, and this time drag 2 layers instead, and this time you crop it. Again, you crop it, but this time when you crop it, you leave the original layer Wait, give me a second. You press this, crop, but instead this time we put the original layer in its original place. There's something wrong. Let me adjust that. Here. Same thing. So now I'm just gonna, so this time the two faces. So now this time I can have something to see about that. So when I go to color, look, it only shows this part, so I can know whether it's getting better or worse. So now I'll just do nearly the exact same thing for every one of them. Saturation, shadows, brighter, 11%, midtones, about -14, and highlights, 24. Exposure. Look, that's how dark the shadow may be, so you need to pull it up just about -3%. Drag the midtones up a bit, and then drop the highlights. Now let's see. This is the original one, and this is a new one. Look, it may not be too noticeable, but check this out. This quality is feels lower because the color is too bright and it's just too different from the other ones. So now when I change it, the whole feeling looks smoother, better, and everything.
Neo grabs his wrist and elbows his stomach.
Now let's watch it again.
Neo grabs his wrist and elbows his stomach.
You see how much difference it will make? Alright, now let's go into the effects panel. And now let's try some other effects. Let's try the black and white. Look, you can preview here, but as you see, it looks at 50 TVR, right? But it's too bright and blue. This one, an age film, it looks really like all the glitches and stuff. It looks really cool. Problem is, this whole thing is black and white, which is why I'm gonna click the age film and drag it in. So now, as you can see in the age film, I'm gonna select my age film and the grains delete some. I'm just gonna have to transform this one into a black and white version. The least amount there is, the more modern it will look like. So here in color adjust, you can color for or black and white. So I'm gonna go to -1. Grain, I'm gonna leave it there. Scratches about 18. Dust about 52. Haze about 6. Jitter amount about 0.2. Jitter variance about 0.06. Random seed about 438. Brightness variance about 1.77. So this is what you will get.
Elbows his stomach.
Too bright, huh? Well, I just need to change these. So you can just mix around with all these different characteristics. So one problem I have is I cannot go back my steps. I don't know how to do it. But then I found a solution. Press Command Z and it'll just reverse an effect. So that's what I'm gonna keep on doing. Yes, so now you know how to learn the color board and the effects. Of course, you can also 4-point color gradient. and H paper, and there's just a bunch of stuff you can play with. Now I'm going to talk about something else. It's called plugins. Plugins is really convenient. You can just buy it in places, and then like you can when you download and use it, uh, usually plugin, it will just affect on every single software. I repeat, every single software, video editing software or whatever it is you have. Like for example, I buy a glitch pack of plugin. When I download it and use it, it'll appear in my Final Cut Pro or Premiere Pro or whatever you're using. And I'm gonna tell you something about HitFilm. One main point I really like about HitFilm is because it doesn't really need plugins. Only great effects are in there. There's over 250 effects, which is a reason I really like it. But then, yeah, that's why I don't use. And plugins, some cost money, some doesn't. So that is definitely a plus. Also, sometimes when I edit music, you can like use the blade, cut it, and then like slowly fade it out. If you are posting with an online video and sometimes you get copyrighted, which I do because I really don't have any actual music and all the quality ones are soundtracks. So sometimes instead I just use soundtracks. And sometimes I get copyrighted. So my solution is to just like choose the scene where like the really high volume, so I just cut it from there and end with like really slow volume. It may not be as slow, so you just need to fade it out, and ta-da! There's the music. Credits. It works the same with the credits. You fade in correctly and fade out correctly. And you just need to find musics that match your subtitles and words. So sometimes when you do subtitles, be sure that you choose the subtitles correctly, because different subtitles may have different amount of time, like animation. For like this one, basic 3D comes in, it goes out, and fold in, blur, centered. The two ones I would say is the best, the most is blur and blur, custom, and fade. Blur and fade is usually for like in and out scenes, but I use custom a lot because there's no animation. In some ways that's a negative, that's a con, but in some ways that's a pro. Especially in trailers, you can just like a lot of action scenes, and a bam, cut into the title. And if you can fade it out, you just do you just need to like this, custom, like this. Wait, here. When I put it over here, if you want to slam it right into a scene, but there's no animation, so you pause it, choose a place you want. I taught you before in the first video. You choose the opacity, go to the end, again choose the opacity, drag it into 0. So here you go. This is what you get. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, anyway, I may be let's talk about some other stuff. I may be finishing the tutorials of Final Cut Pro. Like specifically for Final Cut Pro, don't worry, I'll keep on doing Spaceway tutorials. Later on it will be about HitFilm, but like one more episode of Final Cut Pro, and like about Final Cut Pro, I'll just sometimes, if I finish HitFilm 2, what I'll probably do is just make Spaceway tutorials, like random episodes. I'm gonna teach you a specific effect. It could be HitFilm or Final Cut Pro or any other program. So it'll be really interesting. So that's pretty much it. I'm William here, and this is Spaceway Films, Spaceway Tutorials. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, give a like, and comment. See you next time. Bye.